Hello everyone, there was a lot of news dropped today at the Age of Empires 25th anniversary live stream celebration thing. And one thing that was really exciting was the announcement of Age of Mythology Retold. This is going to be a remaster or giving Age Mythology the definitive edition treatment it so desperately deserves. This game was just announced today. I think this was hinted at for quite some time, but it's finally revealed. What do we know right now that the game has been announced? What do we know so far about Age of Mythology Retold? I'm going to go into what we do know, what we can speculate this game will have, and what we can expect in the future. So let's dive in and see what's going on and what we know of Age of Mythology Retold. So, like I said, this is going to be giving Age of Mythology the definitive edition treatment to AOM. I think the reason why they called it Retold instead of Age of Mythology Definitive Edition is because Age of Mythology Extended Edition exists right now on Steam. So I think that's just a marketing move to not confuse gamers. It would certainly confuse me. The Extended Edition that's currently out for Mythology is, I wouldn't necessarily say it's an HD remaster or port or anything. It's really just giving the game a few modern treatments, such as widescreen support. It has a resolution scaling, a little bit of some tweaks here and there to run on some modern hardware. But graphically, the game really hasn't been touched up all that much in its current state. So that's why this treatment that it's getting is so exciting. We could probably expect to have the same treatment the last three Age of Empires games has received, which is up to 4K resolution, modern hardware support. I bet you can expect to see it take advantage of a lot of the new features on today's graphics cards. You're probably going to see improved AI. One of the most exciting things that these games get are new animations for the destructions of buildings. I think especially in Age 1 and Age 2, the way the buildings can crumble when they're destroyed is actually really, really cool. So I'm excited that is probably coming to this release. Usually these definitive edition treatments also bundle in all of the DLC that has been released up until that point. So the Age 2 DE has just so much content built in. You could probably expect that with Age of Mythology Retold. We're probably going to see the Tales of the Dragon expansion. If you remember, that was only released for the extended edition, and that was released around 2015. And it's definitely probably going to include the Titans expansion pack as well. That was released with Ensemble Studios right after the release of AOM back in 2002 and 2003. You're probably also going to see some reworked balance. I think a lot of what the community for AOM has really been wanting are some balance updates and changes to the composition of how these units interact with one another. You're most likely going to be seeing that in this release. I bet you can also probably receive a lot of post-launch content. We have seen both Age of Empires 2 and Age of Empires 3, their DE editions have received new content even after release. With Age 3, we saw the American expansion pack and plenty of expansion packs for Age 2, and that still gets new content to this day. I bet you could probably expect to see that for AOM Retold. What will be the new civs that they focus on with a future expansion pack? I don't think that's necessarily guaranteed that a new civ and new content will be coming post-launch of AOM Retold, but I think the way that previous behavior has been from World's Edge and Forgotten Empires and Relic is that they love to continue supporting these games post-launch because fans just like you and me love to just try out this new content. So I think that's probably likely in this case. Also, these new games have much better matchmaking support. I think even when I tried playing AOM just fairly recently on Extended Edition, it's really, really painful to play right now with its current matchmaking state. So I think having a definitive edition, better matchmaking will make this game thrive a lot better online as well. Some of the DE games also receive new maps, new game modes, bug fixes, all that sort of stuff. You're going to see a ton of quality of life improvements here. I think everything from they're going to touch up the cutscenes, they're going to remaster the music, you're going to get probably HDR support, higher frame rate support. The list just kind of goes on and on, even probably Xbox achievements. This is going to be coming to Xbox Game Pass. There is just so much content and improvements to this game that it's going to be receiving. It's really, really exciting. Now, let's talk about some other things to speculate about. Namely, is AOM Retold going to be coming to consoles? This is probably a question that wouldn't have been asked prior to today with any Age of Empires game, but we saw that Xbox is revealing that AoE 2 and AoE 4 are coming to Xbox consoles sometime in 2023. So what does that mean for AOM Retold? I really do think that it's a possibility. In fact, I think it's probable now. Since we're seeing some of the Age of Empires games come to console, you'll see Retold also have an Xbox release. However, I'm unsure if we're going to see this release on the same day as PC and console. Even Age of Empires 4 could have been primed for an Xbox release when it came out, but they didn't. They delayed that or decided to do an Xbox port later on down the road. I think that's probably more in the cards for this game in particular as well. You're going to see a PC release first, followed by a console release shortly thereafter. Xbox, there is a Xbox Wire article talking about the console versions of AoE 2 and AoE 4, and it does talk about crossplay functionality. So if it does come to consoles, you're going to see that there as well. Another thing Xbox talked about as well is that AoE 2 and AoE 4 will have mouse and keyboard support on Xbox. So if Retold ends up coming to console, you're most likely going to see mouse and keyboard support as well for that platform. So I think there's just a lot of exciting features of what this game can do and the audience that this game can reach, especially with Game Pass being on console and PC, having crossplay, all of the modern bells and whistles that we really enjoy in these games. This is so exciting to be an Age of Empires and Age of Mythology fan. This is really, really cool. Will this lay the groundwork for an Age of Mythology 2? I think that's way too far out in the future to even ask that question, but I think just the fact that we're getting the remastered treatment says a lot that Microsoft and Xbox are serious about taking care of this Age of Empires and Age of Mythology IP. And I gotta say, as a Halo Wars fan, I love everything Xbox is doing, remastering all of the old games, giving them all the same fantastic treatment, post-launch content support, new expansion packs, continuing to improve the balance, promoting these games on social media. I mean, the list just goes on and on about why these games are so successful. And I think right now is actually the best time to be an Age player, going all the way back to the release of these original games. I think now is still a better time to be an Age fan than any time prior to now. So I am much looking forward to the release of Age of Mythology Retold. Once there's more information to share, I'm definitely going to be making more videos talking about Age of Mythology Retold, so be sure to subscribe to the channel and stay in the know. We don't have a release date and really not a whole lot of cold hard facts that the Age of Empires team has unveiled today, but I think we can just kind of speculate on a lot of what we can expect here based on the past 3 games that they've given the definitive edition treatment to, that we should probably expect here in Retold. I'm really excited for it, and we're going to be making tons of content of Retold on the channel, so please sure to check that out. Until the meantime, we love Halo Wars and Age of Empires, so there are a ton of content both of those games. In our Age of Empires playlist, we have well over 100 matches of Age of Empires for a casual, laid-back audience to really just get to know this game and why we love it so much. All right, that's going to do it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. Please let me know down in the comments what you're looking forward most to in Age of Mythology Retold. Is it the new graphics? Is it the new hardware support, the better matchmaking? I'd love to know your thoughts down below. That's going to do it for me. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you, James.